Fallout is a pretty old franchise with a fair library of entries, and amongst most mature gamers it's, well, pretty legendary really. There's something to be said for making your own character, modelling yourself on your favourite rock star, actor or family member, and then rampaging around trying to survive a nuclear apocalypse while dispatching others. The stories and the lore are immense, so if you haven't played any of them, why not? All entries up until the most recent one have had their praisers and their detractors, but Fallout 76 is kind of the black sheep of the family, in that it garnered almost uniform hate from all but the most loyal and avid fans, whose fan goggles blinded them to the fact that it was an empty, unfinished and now infamously buggy game. It's no wonder that so many have steered clear of it, but now the price is right, people are coming back, Xbox Game Pass players have delved into the mix as well, and the community seems to be a pretty healthy one. However, one comment I've heard from a lot of younger players, or simply players that aren't used to playing a game where they aren't led by the hand from point A to B, is that they simply don't know what to do. It's puzzling for me as there are 3 distinct storylines, very customizable base builds, a load of events, weapons and armor galore to craft, a great community which likes to engage and for the most part isn't toxic and are very helpful. But I will admit, if you're not used to this kind of game, you may find it overwhelming, and so this short film will act as a guide to help you get started and to point you in the right direction. You start the game waking up after everyone has left the vault already, you can craft your character to some degree of customizability, Your first task is to pick up your Pip-Boy. From the Pip-Boy you control most of everything you do. Press tab to open it, but not now as it's not needed. Your next task is to make it out the vault. Pick up the equipment from various stations on your way out, and don't forget your perk cards. When you pick these up, you'll level up for the first time and be shifted to a screen that shows you your special stats. Every time you level up, you can add a point to either strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility or luck. I cannot stress enough how important this is, as I went through the first 80 levels of character development never really paying much attention to this, and I regretted it later when I realised just how much difference these perks make to your damage output, your damage resistance, finding money or other in-world items. You'll then leave the vault, and this is where many people trip up. If you just run into the world and explore aimlessly, which of course you're free to do, you'll get tired of the game quite quickly, as the map is pretty expansive. The best place to start is pursuing one of the quest lines, or all of them at the same time. It's up to you completely, but don't confuse events with quest lines, or you might get the impression that the game just repeats itself. You'll find your quests in your Pip-Boy divided into main, side, daily, and events. Focusing on main and side quests will take you into the story, the characters, and the lore. You'll start out by talking to a helpful robot who points out 2 strangers who are just down the stairs. Go down and talk to those strangers, and then you will be directed to the bar, which is called the Wayward. Once you approach the bar and go into the Wayward, the bar is being held up by a guy who you dispatch very quickly, and then talk to Duchess, the very helpful barmaid. If you ask her about the Overseer, she'll give you a holotape, which you access in the holo tab of your Pip-Boy in exchange for helping her. You'll shortly have access to 2 distinct storylines, which I would advise you to pursue simultaneously, but the Wastelanders, that is Duchess's storyline, will peek out at one moment, opening the rest only when you reach level 20. The other main storyline, that is pursuing the Overseer, will introduce you to many of the mechanics in the game, including crafting, cooking, base building, combat and more. It might seem like a bit of a chore to start with, but with the lack of any official tutorial, these missions are helpful, full of XP for leveling up quick, to get better weapons and of course missions, and lay the groundwork for the storyline. From this point, as long as you follow the yellow mission point, not the diamond, on your map, you shouldn't get to a point where you're at a loss what to do. You might even find yourself immersed in the story and the characters. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like or even a dislike of course, subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll be starting my series soon called Quick Tips, so please look out for that. This is Gizmo First and I wish you all a good day.